prepared are South Africa's security structures for what could be a volatile day? We're joined by independent security analyst Azaniah Mnisi to unpack this. Azaniah, very good evening to you. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening, Paul, and good evening to the listeners.
I mean, as we have been watching throughout the course of this week, I mean, we've listened to Acting Police Minister Feroz Kachalia, as well as Defense Minister Angie Motshekga, and other police officials speaking about the intelligence on the ground, and also talking about having the SANDF on standby, that, they will be there, but their objective is to monitor national key points. What is your sense from what you've seen, what you've heard? How prepared do you think South Africa's security forces are for June 30th?
Paul, I think with the benefit of the hindsight and what happened in July 2021, I find that our police services or security cluster is at least rather prepared than what we saw in 2021. So the only challenge is that you don't wait for a problem to happen. Part of security function is to deter any activity that may lead to chaos. And what we have had with the drums that are being played for the 30th of June, some actions should have been taken by now. One is to make sure that we are rounding out all undocumented illegal foreigners, and then also the instigators, those who are taking law into their own hands, should be, which we're supposed to see them starting being arrested. So it's something that is not in full force at this point in time, which shows some bit of a lack of preparedness or fear to take action. It's about time that actions must be taken in order for us to be able to show that we are ready for any eventuality on the 30th. But if you are waiting for just that day, then there is chaos, because security is about preparedness.
Yeah, because one of the biggest criticisms after the July unrest was intelligence failure. Do we have confidence today that South Africa's intelligence structures can detect early warning signs if demonstrations begin escalating toward violence? I mean, you mentioned how they should have ensured rounding out all the undocumented illegal foreign aspect, which is essentially one of the points which have brought mobilization efforts to this 30th of June. What are your thoughts around that?
We have the best intelligence services in Africa, uh, which in the time past it was swallowed up with internal politics or politics of the ANC. And at this point in time, it looks like they have issues with crime and corruption that is entangling them. But it will appear that they've done enough jobs in order to trace, to check, and to gauge the mood. If you then look at the so-called leaders of the marches that are going to be there, you begin to hear different narratives in terms of who's going to be there, who's going to be leading, and so on and stuff like that. Then it shows that there is no cohesion per se, and this is where intelligence was supposed to come in and make sure that they pass in the message to make sure that there is minimal participation for that day. So it's an issue of uh, not doing enough, and it's so sad that we will wait until an incident happens, then we'll have a commission that will be set up to find out what happened.
Yeah. I mean,
While we're supposed to be proactive.
yes, as you raise that, just listening to the tone of some of the civil organizations. There are concerns that counter mobilization of opposition groups could also enter the fray on the day. From a security planning perspective, does that at all significantly raise the risk profile compared to an ordinary protest? Because one of the messages that we've continued to hear as law enforcement and government officials address the media and the country is that the Constitution protects the right to protest, but authorities have a duty to protect the public, which they will exercise. That's why they've warned against carrying any sort of weapons, guns, whether or not it's a toy gun, it doesn't matter. They will take the full force of the law.
You will not do away with opportunistic imposters on the day. They'll always be there. But I think we need not to water down the genuine challenges that we are facing as a country, which is poverty, unemployment, and inequality. It's for that reason that if someone calls for a march and then a large number of people turn out, it is because people are available, people are not working. And these socio-economic challenges that we should be preoccupied with as government, or our government should seek solutions in order to make sure that we handle the anger of our people, which I find it to be genuine. So, and until such time that a clear focus is given to these socio-economic challenges, we are going to have people vulnerable ready to form part of disturbances. I mean, after July 2021 revolt, then what? Did we have any change in whatever people were demanding? No. A lot of people got themselves in trouble with the law, and they've got criminal records today. So, and we have lost lots of lives.
Yes.
And this is what we must strive for, to make sure that it does not happen this time around. And people's lives must be saved, be it foreigners and or our own people. So we should make sure that every life is protected, and opportunistic people who will come in, they must be arrested. So if we don't show the mighty arm of the law, we're going to have people thinking that they are actually in charge. So
Exactly. Yeah, it
they
will be
should,
a real test for the government. Sorry to interrupt you there. Very quickly, what will happen? I mean, okay, if June 30 passes peacefully, it will reassure the public, of course. But if authorities lose control of even an isolated incident, does it raise deeper questions about the state's capacity to manage future instability in an increasingly frustrated society? I mean, the political climate is at boiling point, as you mentioned, all those issues about high unemployment, social inequalities, and so forth.
and Paul, I think the 30th of June is a precursor of something big that is going to come uh, in the future. I don't foresee any troubles on the 30th of June. Why? Because we've been given enough time. Unlike the 2021 chaos.
Yes.
So here we've been forewarned, even though now the leaders they speak in tongues, but we don't. I don't foresee anything that will outpower the might of the state. And if anything can happen, obviously, we'll begin to doubt the power of the state, because it's about time that the state should show what is capable of.
Yeah.
But more than anything, moving from here is that the challenges and the concerns that people are raising must begin to filter down to the corridors of power and get necessary attention, because it will not help to deal with surface problems. We need to deal with the causes and make sure that we create jobs. This
Absolutely.
must be able to create jobs to absorb people. If there are no jobs, then we're going to have these perpetual problems. We need our people to be at work.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for speaking to us and giving us that very thorough analysis. Independent security analyst Azaniah Mnisi.